Is to the Minister for Climate Change and Energy. Since the commencement of hostilities in the Middle East, what actions has he had to assure Australia of the security of fuel supplies, especially diesel, and how much diesel in days do we currently have in store on Australian soil?
Okay, you heard the question I asked him. I asked him about how much diesel, which runs your trucks, your semi-trailers, your tractors, your gensets, it's a backup for your hospitals, it's a backup for Parliament House. How much diesel was on Australian soil? That was the question. But the answer Minister Bowen gave, here it is.
Thanks very much, Mr Speaker. I thank the honourable member for the question. The answer to the question is 34 days in relation to diesel and 36 days in relation to petrol. Mr Speaker, those figures only include fuel in Australia or on ships in our economic zone. That is fuel in our exclusive economic zone. It is true, it is not all on land in Australia, my advice is, but it does include fuel that is on the way in Australia but is in our economic zone. Now,
Mr Bowen told us how much was on Australian soil and also out to sea. The point is, if ships are out to sea, how are you going to get the diesel from them? Well, it's not secure. And if it all goes to custard, those ships are going to be asked to turn around and head off to other places. I've got some the Parliament of Australia, got them to investigate. And they say diesel consumption cover days, 25, not 34, 25. Now that's 25 days of regular usage. No war in the Middle East, just regular usage. It won't be 25 days, I can assure you that. It'll be a few days, maybe a week at best. Price will be through the roof. And then we don't have any trucks moving, which means how are we going to get your food to your supermarket? And if the lights go out, your intermittent power doesn't work, your wind power and your solar panels, well, the lights go out at the hospital and all the machines switch off because there'll be no diesel to run the generators that are actually the backup for all these things, including Parliament House, by the way.
This is potentially a massive problem for us. Australia exports nearly all of its natural resources, while everyday Aussies see no financial benefits from it because of our government's shithouse policies. We have next to no refineries so that we can be producing our own diesel and petrol, and we keep such a pitiful reserve for Australians to keep our economy running when something hectic goes on in the world, like war in the Middle East. How have we gotten into this situation? How has our government allowed this to happen?